What's up, you beautiful Redditors? Hope you're having a fantastic Monday. Welcome to the RNEWS morning show. And let's just jump into it. From r/World News. It's official, solar is the cheapest electricity in history. Cheapest is still the electricity you steal from Ned Flanders. Aha, hey neighborino. Is there a chance you could maybe not go and tell the internet to, you know, steal my electricity? Shut up, Flanders. Oakley dokley. Yeah, but what are we supposed to do when some greedy butthead builds a Dyson sphere? Flourish. Assuming some corporation doesn't control the sphere, most likely a swarm really. Nothing some fossil fuels subsides can't fix. The reason solar is cheaper in the best locations is because of solar subsidies though. In the best locations and with access to the most favorable policy support and finance. The IEA says the solar can now generate electricity at or below $20 per megawatt hour. MWAH, it says, for projects with low-cost financing that tap high-quality resources. Solar PV is now the cheapest source of electricity in history. The IEA says that new utility-scale solar projects now cost $30 minus 60 per megawatt hours in Europe and the US and just $20 minus 40 per megawatt hours in China and India, where revenue support mechanisms such as guaranteed prices are in place. Praise the sun, T. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/News. California, shattering prior election returns with 6 meters ballots already cast. It's almost as if more people will vote if you make voting easy. An extreme dislike of one of the candidates also helps with the motivation. Me in 2018, fill out my ballot the weekend before the election. Drop it off at my polling place on election day. Me in 2020, fill out my ballot the day it arrives in the mail. Have my vote against Trump received by the election board and locked in by early October. The line was brutal. I had a nice bike ride though. What the official ballot box or the fake official set up by California GOP? Need to very careful nowadays. The fakes are super obvious. They were just filing cabinets with a inkjet printed paper label taped on. Up in Fresno, they actually used cardboard file boxes. The LA fake, i.imager.com. The Fresno fake, i.imager.com. Don't get complacent. This election is not at all a sure thing. www.realclearpolitics.com. No matter what state you're in. If you're legally eligible to vote, then vote. No excuses. The rest of the country is just now figuring out what Colorado has known since 2013, mailing ballots to people gets people to vote. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/Politics. Biden campaign launches TrumpCovidPlan.com, a site that reads, not found. TrumpCovidPlan.com. The timeline of Trump quotes as the virus spreads are just astonishing. It's definitely pretty great, but I feel like instead of using a repeating EKG graphic, they could have shown a line graph of deaths at each point in time. That would help better represent the visual impact of the dichotomy between what Trump was saying and what was truly happening. This is funny, of course, but it is also a smart political move. It is designed to anger Trump and throw him off his game. As a malignant narcissist, Trump fears being laughed at, ridiculed. It makes him feel weak and threatens his warped sense of self-image. I suspect Biden has psychiatrists advising his campaign. Or just people who have narcissists as parents or ex-partners. My dad's a narcissist. My mom is a malignant narcissist. My ex is a narcissist with bipolar. Hire me. I've been through therapy and I'm both accurate and funny. Oh, now that is clever. Edit. This site is currently unavailable to visitors from the European. Can we get a site called TrumpPrisonCell.com? When you click on it, it says under construction. That's not true at all. Trump's plan has been well communicated. It is detailed here. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/Politics. Biden says he won't return Trump's attacks on his children because it's crass to target a political opponent's family. Why, I agree with him in spirit. The difference is Trump's kids are working in government and on their campaign, so they should be a target. They're a legitimate target. That still doesn't make it good strategy. The Hunter Biden laptop story is ludicrous on its face. Doing whataboutism back at Trump's kids only gives it more attention. Yes, Going after your opponent's family is a bad look. Going after your opponent's incompetent staff appointments is fine. Incompetence and nepotism at its finest. SMDH. Trump's adult children stole money from children with cancer. They're fair game. This is the only statement that will actually shut up my idiotic brother who loves Trump. I'm so glad all my immediately family hate Trump. I honestly don't think I'd be able to love someone who supports Trump's platform. Literally all my family hates Trump with a fiery passion except my brother. My dad, who's been a lifelong GOP voter, including Bush, twice, renounced his political affiliation the day Trump won the Republican primary in 2016. Earlier this year, he was the main speaker to convince undecided voters to vote for Bernie in his town's caucus. Location: Iowa. Never been more proud of my old man. Lincoln Project seems to have his kids firmly in their sights. Exactly. Let them handle the mudslinging and the dirty work. Biden can afford to keep his hands clean. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics, very dark moment for the Senate. Republicans block consideration of COVID relief while rushing ahead with Barrett confirmation. They all received their 30 pieces of silver. That would imply that they were once on our side, as Judas was once a follower of Jesus. The GOP has never cared. They know they're losing the White House and are trying to tank the economy as much as possible, so Biden inherits a bag of crap. You can always judge someone by their actions, not their words. Every Republican senator is complicit. Democrats must never think they can work in good faith with Republicans for at least a generation. They don't care about people, only their ideologies and whatever the hell it takes to keep that around. As dark as McConnell's hands. Nah, man, that was just his lunch. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics, Trump said he would release his tax returns when the auditors finish. He's been saying this since 2016. Sure does take a long time to audit $750 in paid taxes. What audit takes 5 years? Being audited does not in any way legally preclude you from revealing your taxes. Audits aren't done on all your tax years at once. Release past tax returns. Biden has released his past 22 years. His lies and excuses are so childishly transparent. Just say it. I don't want people to know what's in them. I'm an auditor. I've never seen an audit go on for 4 years that hadn't at some point transitioned into a criminal investigation. I mean, I know the audit excuse is bullcrap, but it's funny that even his excuse implicates him in some kind of wrongdoing. Then why are you fighting to the Supreme Court to keep them secret? No other response is needed. If it's true he can't share them because of an audit, he would be under no obligation to prevent others from doing so. The lie is so blatantly thin. And that's where we're going to end today's show. But if you like what you saw, leave a like, and if you want to see more of the RNEWS show, hit that subscribe button. As always, this has been the RNEWS show and I'll see you tomorrow.